Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 23 of my PySimpleGUI lessons. In today's video, we're going to be introducing the concept of checkboxes. Checkboxes are basically radio elements, but you can select multiple at a time. So let's first import PySimpleGUI as ASCII, and then let's make a list for the checkbox. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then let's make a layout. Layout, we can use sg.checkbox. CB also works for checkbox. We can write I for I in list. That was the way we used last time. And then we can make the window Python learning layout, and then while true, event values equals window.read, and then we can print the event and the values. If the event equals none, then we break, and then we close this at the end. So let's run this to make sure it's working. Alright, so over here there's 6 checkboxes. You can select all of them or some of them. Alright, yeah. Now let's talk about the attributes. So first there's the text. I over here can be seen as the text attribute. If you don't specify, it's seen as text, so it doesn't change if we write text in front of it. And then after text, there's default. If default equals true, then all of the checkboxes will be selected at the start. And then if this is false, then none of them will be selected. Like this. And then there's the size. Size normally is width and then height. But for this one, height we can't really change, so we don't need this. And since there's only one value, we don't need the parentheses anymore either. So let's just say this is like 5, and then this would be 5 wide for each one. Alright, after size, there's the auto size text, which is a boolean. If it's true, then the text will automatically be fit into the window. So let's put this as true. And then next we have the font. So font, like before, it's the font type. Let's do Times New Roman. And then it's the font size. We can write 15. And then yeah, it would be bigger now. After font, there's the background color. So we can change this to black. And then along with background color, we can also change the text color equals white. This way, the background will be black and the letters will be white. Doesn't affect how the checkboxes work though. And then after text color, there is the enable events. So like before, it's a boolean. If this is true, then whenever you change something in the text boxes, checkboxes, the event and values will be printed out because it is seen as an event. Yeah, so any of them, even if you deselect them, they will still print. And then after enable events, there is the disabled. If this is true, then none of them can be edited. And if this is false, then all of them will be able to be edited. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright. So after the disabled, there's the key. So in order for each of the elements inside for I in range in list to have a different key, we can set something along with I in it. Because for every single element, I is changing. That's the reason we can write the text as I. So if we write key as I here, then if we print something, all of these keys will show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we can add on to this by adding hyphens on either side of this I, like so. And then now when we run this, there will be hyphens between, on either side of the numbers. Okay, so after key, there's the pad. Talked about this before. It's the left and right, and then the next one is up and down. And then tooltip. Tooltip is a tooltip is when you hover your mouse over one of the elements and a tooltip shows up. The text here, this is a tooltip. It can show up for each one. Alright, so after tooltip, there's the visible. So visible, like before, if it's true, which is its default, then this will be able to be seen, and then this is false, then it would not appear. Alright, so those are most of the attributes, and then after the attributes, let's talk about the update. So for update, let's just make a new button on the screen like this. And then, so whenever we click the OK button, then let's do the updating for these elements. Okay, so in here, if event equals OK, then window. Okay, now let's look at these. These are seen as different elements, so we have to be able to do all of them. So in order to do that, we need to do a for loop, just like we did over here. So we can copy this for I in list. And then since we added the hyphens, we need to put this here as well. Let's give it another name like J. J equals hyphen plus I plus hyphen. So let's do this and print J to make sure we wrote it right. Press OK. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, so this is working. And then, let's do this. Window J dot update. Sorry, I spelled window wrong. Window J dot update. And then in here, there are quite a few things we can edit. So first, we have the value. So if value equals true, then if we press OK, all of these values will say true. All of them will be checkmarked. And oppositely, we can make this false and make the default true. So this way, whenever we run this, everything will be checked, and when we press OK, it will all not be checked anymore. Like this. And then, so there's the update. After the update, there's the text. So text changes what is shown in the text. Like if we change this to hi, and we press OK, then all of these can be changed to hi. We can also change this to other things. How about let's try to make all of these numbers but add 1 to it. So we can do eval I to make it into a number, and then plus 1. So now when we press OK, it'll be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Alright, so after text, there's the background color. Background color, this is the update, so we can change this to say white, and the text color to black. So before the background was black and the text was white. Now when we press OK, it'll be inverted. The colors are black and the background is white. Alright, So next we have the disabled. So if disabled equals true, then when we press OK to update it, then everything will be gray and you can't select them. And if this is false, then you can. This is false, then let's change this to another color, say red. And then now we can select them. Alright. So after the disabled, there's the visible. So visible, if visible is true, then it gets updated to true and we can see stuff. If it gets updated to false, then this line disappears, but the space for it remains. Alright, that concludes lesson 23 of my PySimpleGUI course. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And remember, from novice to pro, work for tuition helps you grow.